everyone, welcome back to my channel. I have a flip through of my memory keeping planner by Mambi. This is the large size that they sell at Michael's. You'll hear baby Valentina behind me. She's on the floor. They sell these at Michael's. I did buy these when they first launched back in December 2017. So I've been using it to document my first year as a new mom. Now I probably am over documenting my first year as a new mom because I'm doing this as like a daily story, memory, feeling of the day, but I'm also doing project life, and I'm also doing a baby book, and I also do 12 by 12 layouts. So I know that's a lot, but it's what I love, and I love preserving all of my thoughts and such. So I'm going to go through kind of like layout inspiration, not so much tell you about, you know, what's going on, but just to give you inspiration on how to do layouts that are, you know, tips and tricks that I've done, and then some supplies that I use as well. So actually, so I can clear off my desk. So I do use the Tombow tape runner, or I do always have my ATG gun as hand, but this I can travel with or do in my bed. This one when I'm at my desk is super good. My pens of choice, I love the Papermate Ink Joys. These come in a variety of colors. I have like all of them. They are 0.7, so it's that line right there. So it's kind of in the middle length as far as what I like to write with. My other favorite is the G2 Pilot. This one's the 1.0, the bold, and that's how it writes right there. So a thicker nib, but I do like it. When I want thin, I have a whole pack of the Muji pens, but you can see in comparison, it's like the thinnest one. They do say that it's 0.5. I have like a pack of 6 colors that I travel with me. I do like the Muji. The Papermate Flares, I have every color of this too. That's just to show you what that thickness looks like. I use the Staedtler fine liners. This has a felt tip. It's a little bit delicate to work with, but you can see that one, hello, right there. And then I have these erasable ones. These are not friction. These are called, I have the whole pack. What is it called? They are the Partco 0.7 erasable gel pens. These write really good. It comes in a pack of 6. I love the black and the pink, and there you can see the tip length for that too. Actually, I think it's a little bit thinner than a 0.7, but I do like it, especially if you're someone that thinks they're going to make mistakes. It erases. So the other end is the eraser, and I'll just show you, and you can erase your journaling in case you mess up. So pretty cool. Cool. I'll leave most of the links for all of these down below as much as I can give you, and that way you can kind of search a little easier. I do have the Mambi Happy Memory Keeper sticker books. These are from Michael's as well. You can find them on Amazon, so like I said, I'll link them down below. These I use because the big one for the memory keeping is undated, so I got the dates and stuff too, but I seriously have a majority of these sticker books. So I use a lot of these, and what you see as I decorate when I don't have stickers, I use 6x6 scrapbooking paper that I have around on my desk, or scraps, or even 12 by 12. These are just some that are sitting on my desk right now. So any 6x6, you can see like I'll just always keep the scraps inside, and so these are like little pieces that I cut in order to fit into the layout of these squares. So, like I said, I did start this pretty much the moment I got home with Valentina. She did deliver. I'm going to zoom in a little bit. She did deliver on her due date, and I literally think I got home on December 1st. I don't ever use the calendar spread, so I do not use it as a memory planner. I do use it as a thought of the day, story of the day, feeling of the day, kind of thing. And I do include pictures as I can. For example, here, this was just the start of it. This was using the Muji pens, which were those 0.5, these ones. And I just did a different color every day just to kind of add color to the layout. See, she was only a week old here. And so in order to fit this, if you print 4 of them together, are a 4x6. So I use a collage app on my phone called MOLDIV, and I put 4 pictures together, printed on a 4x6 card, photo paper, and then I cut it. So that's how I have, whenever you see a photo that fits perfectly in the square, it's simply 1/4 of a 4x6 photo. So like I said, I came home on December 1st, and I was crying all day that day. That is me crying with my baby. So this was just, like I said, really simple. I did some washi tape. It's also a key thing I use all the time. And I went from there. So again, pattern papers, these are from sticker books, like dollar sticker books from Michaels. And then these are from those Mambi ones that I have there as well. And then some washi tape. So days that I probably didn't have a story or forgot to write, you'll see them kind of, you know, filled up. But other ones will have like a little tidbit for the day. I love kind of going as I, you know, doing it as I go. There are prompts on the side of this book, like, you know, favorite moment or top 5 moments or things that you're happy about that I also kind of continue on in doing. So this was a card that I actually included into it. I kind of ripped off the inside part and wrote like a little like message to my sister. She was here within the first week of me being home with the baby and helped out tremendously. So it was kind of like my reflection on that. Again, pattern papers and washi tapes divide everything as I go along. These are all from those dollar sticker books at Michael's that you can usually find. Pattern paper and just kind of filling it up. And then I also, this is like half of a 4x6, so it's another way to go about filling up some of your holes for your project. Okay, Mama, what's up? What's up? Pattern paper, this is still pattern paper, a lot of it. This was actually a good project, a smaller project to do. I usually do, okay, Valentina, let me get them. I usually do December Daily, and I didn't do a mini album for December Daily, but I'm glad I have this at least to show for my December that year. Or last year. I rarely do the prompts on the end of the month as well. I don't, like I said, use the calendar itself, and then we get into the next month. So collages like this, I also like to print. Ugh. Sorry, she just pulled my tripod. I have Valentina in my arms. Sorry, folks. This is real life. Okay. Pattern papers. So what I started getting into a little bit was picking at least a color theme for the week, and that way I had like 2 scraps of paper that I would use and cut up, and stickers, so you can see that this is a whole pink thing going on. I include some screenshots from time to time. This is like the weather that day, and this was like something I saw on like a Facebook group that spoke to me that day. Again, I use this same kind of pattern paper. This is from the same collection. You can see that's the same one. This one's just embossed. There's like a ticket stub right there. I think I went to the movies. That was the first time I went to the movies away from baby. So I think she's already, she was 6 weeks old by myself. I literally got the day Miguel stayed with her. So movie tickets I'll include in here too. So that's something else. I did a little drawing. My sister gave me a necklace with Valentina's name. Here's like those prompts I was discussing, like top 5 moments of the week. Pattern paper, this is all using Amy Tangerine. I was including things that were going on. This is like the playoffs for football. This was another single paper pad that I used, so it was navy and pink was the theme here. I also have the lined paper for the mini planner, so I used it as an extra like area to write my thoughts for the day. That helps a lot too. Like lists, you know, nicknames Miguel calls Valentina. And what I also like to do, so you'll see me kind of end the week like this, especially if the month starts in the middle of the week. I don't mind it at all. I know some people would start with the first right here and still have this spread full. I like to keep the months compartmentalized. These are all from the sticker. This is from the sticker books. This is pattern paper. And then some stickers across it. And now also keep in mind, these are not necessarily pictures that I actually took on these days. It could have been maybe the day before, but they were the ones I wanted to print, and then I would write about them, or like how I like to see her sleep. So that's just an idea as well. I did try to fill in the prompts here. Then again, it's February. Like I said, I never used the calendar. And then, so here's where it started for the month of, we're in February now. So it started on Thursday, so I just filled up a little bit of pattern paper. That's always a good spacer, especially if you feel like you skipped the day by accident or didn't have a thought for that day. Don't beat yourself up. Just fill it. I always try to make it pretty and pleasing. I included like things from the internet that I printed, so that's like the Super Bowl that went on. Getting closer to Valentine's Day, so again, a pink kind of overall theme. These are the stickers that are from that book because, like I said, this book is undated. And sometimes, like I said, sometimes I'll go per day, which is vertical, but sometimes the story will go with just this picture and that'll be corresponding with it. It's just however you feel. I think I cleaned my craft room that day. My desk is super clean right there. This is Valentine's Day week, so a lot of stickers are from the Target dollar spot. These are some punches I have in my collection. Again, another piece of paper from my mini binder planner. A badge. I had a conference that weekend. Scrapbook paper. So I think this week I probably got away from me, and so I staggered the photo so that it took up some of the room in there too, in order not to write as much. That happens. It's not perfect, but at least it gets me jotting down something. I know I'll appreciate this from years to come, because I actually wish I had things like this that my mom kept for me. So Valentina may not appreciate it now, but I think she will in the future. So, you know, hashtag mom life. What did I even write here? I try to take lovely photos of lifting Valentina above my head, with the sunset behind us. And I got one cute one, I think, because if you can see this photo, she has throw up all over herself, and there's throw up all over my chest and on my shirt. That was an ultimate backfire moment. But as I said, it's like mom life. I'm like, she threw up on me again. Stuff to look back and make you smile. So here's an example. I completely didn't write anything this week. If, you know, it sometimes sits my bedside where I can, and I'll show you some layouts in the future where I started getting better at doing this daily. And sometimes I just forget about it, and that's okay. Like I said, it's not perfect, but it's just something. Here's an example of I didn't try too hard. So I did, you know, a little bit, a sentence or two per day. No pictures, no scrapbook paper. This was a layout I did for Peachy Cheap. I was on the design team, so I was able to do a nice layout using the pattern paper. This is all My Mind's Eye, the blush collection. Again, scrapbook paper, some scraps. I do pictures that take up 2 spots versus the 1, so this is just half of a 4x6. You know, clean diaper, full tummy, happy Valentina. This is from one of those sticker books. This is all pattern paper as well. I like to document what's going on as well. So this was when the kids from Parkland, I actually live in Florida. Parkland's only like 30 minutes from me, when they were on the Times cover. So I keep that in here too, just to kind of mark the days. Here's an example of a lot of pattern paper. I love this sheet so much. I use it a lot. And there's very little journaling, but at least I printed some photos. I had some extra writing there, and then it's just my renewal of a license. So those are some layouts. Here's where I started getting into a groove with it. So I left it by my bed, I think, in the month of April, and every day I would just write from the top until I was done for the day. So it's a couple sentences, it's a whole paragraph, it's not, and then I went in and filled in with scrapbook paper and then printed a few photos if something corresponded to the thought. You'll see this layout version a few times. This is where I kind of stay at home base when I want to be creative, but also want to make sure I do it daily. So here's a week where I think I started here down, but I forgot a couple days, and so I just filled the top rim with scrapbook paper and filled a couple pictures. Again, scrapbook paper. Here's using different colored pens. This is a week my sister was in town again, so it's always hard to do this when she's here, but I, you know, we'll remember the week because we, as creative people, we took probably like 3,000 pictures this week. That was the end of the week. We get into May. Again, I think May, actually, for the record, is the most non-creative week here because, like I said, I only did a few bits of journaling. There are no pictures. I didn't even go back to fill it up. I must have been really busy with life. Here's that tactic again of writing from the top down. This was a Papermate Flare, the green one of these pens. I remember for sure. Here we are again, writing from the top down. So I could go back and fill the holes up with pattern paper, and I definitely might. So sometimes I will go back just to make it complete and done as far as I'm concerned. Writing from the top, a few photos. We go into June. So again, like I said, photos, not always a necessity. The stickers are great, and a lot of scrapbook paper is where I'm comfortable with. This is definitely my style. Here I am writing at the top again. I can fill this in with more of the pattern paper. I must have gotten distracted. This was my birthday week. Didn't write anything on Wednesday. But like I said, it's not, there's no rules. This is just memory keeping for myself. You know, Valentina was sick for the first time here. This week I did a week in the life, so I have a whole mini album for this, and I'll have a flip through later on. So I just have some of my details and the times things happen, and I like killed a sticker sheet with monkeys, so that was okay. This was all Amy Tangerine scrap paper and sticker book. So that was easy to do. A lot of journaling for the day. We get into July. Here's a whole half print of a photo. Again, here I am writing from the top. So this is where I've been comfortable in order to do it on a daily basis, you know, like a gratitude or a thought or story of the day. You know, Toys R Us closed. Valentina will never be a Toys R Us kid. Here again, from the top, I haven't added scrapbook paper, but I shall. Used up some of these cacti pictures. Need to go in for more journaling. This is a week I went to Chicago. So that was fun. So I just have one picture. This is all Amy Tan. I did a layout this week with this paper, and I think this was the rest of it. And I just didn't want to put it in my scrap pile, so I just used it in my book. But again, top-down writing is able to be a nice groove for me. And then this is August, so this is, yes, I am caught up. Again, I think if you follow me, you know that I was a design team guest designer for the scrapbookingstore.com. I did a layout with that summer paper, and I just loved it so much. The flamingo and the watermelon. Anything with flamingo and watermelon, I love it. So journaling top down. And what I'll also say is that not every time do the pictures that I got looser correspond with the day. Like if it's just a thought of like, this is like our feet in her room, like on our glider. You know, the story might go along with like enjoying these moments. I probably forgot what I did Tuesday, but I had this photo and I wanted to write about this photo, so I stuck it on this day kind of thing. The same with my little nephew here. This was taken at the wedding, but I got to Snapchat with him and his mom. So my cousin is his mom. He's my nephew. Is that make him my nephew? He's my cousin? I don't even know. Anyway, but the picture was from a week ago at the wedding, but I got to talk with him that day and stuff. So, you know, like I said, so don't be forcing yourself to always have it correspond. It doesn't have to. I keep business cards in here sometimes too. So she had a doctor's appointment. So I kept the business card, writing in a aqua pen, which was probably a thin, probably Stabilo too. Here's another aqua one. Just have all sorts of pens. You know me. Most of the time though, it'll be my Inkjoys, which I love. I can't believe I don't have an Inkjoy next to me to show you. But if it's not an Inkjoy, it'll be a G2. These are my other favorite ones. The Pilot G2. I have every color. I do love them in the 0.7 or 1.0 broad. Pattern paper. This is paper I used from my week in the life, so it was just sitting on my desk. It's this paper pad. And I think this is all, is this Amy Tan? No, this is a Jen Hadfield collection every day. And then I have like, it's a navy pen, which I have somewhere too. And then some of those, you can see the pen, it's like metallic. What? So fun. It's like these ones. Let's see. The Super Gel Metallic series. I have a new pack of these. Love them. So it's like blue metallic. Game days and box openings. Okay, yeah, so I am up to date, but this is where I left off. My sister just left. So top down, my sister was here. Again, business cards, quotes from the sticker books. And these are all just pictures of my sister. And we are current because she just left and Labor Day just happened. But she just left and I know I started on this one. So, so I have to finish that week. So see how I can go back. I probably don't remember what I did Saturday or Sunday anymore, but if I go back and see the pictures, it'll probably remind me. Because I took her like to Wynwood, that's Friday before. Oh, and then we were at my mom's this weekend. So I just have to probably deciding on what picture of my mom to kind of print there. Oh, I know what I did. I'm sorry. Remember, I don't like starting the next month in the thing. So this is why I ended it here. And then September started, and that's where it's at. This again was using the Muji pens. My sister left me a lovely little note that I stuck in here and can add up on here. This note was left in my guest room / craft room. Look, clean up and organize this messy craft room and dust. Yeah, so I thought those were fun just to keep in here. Here's just hanging out with parents and fun stuff. And we found like a Gymboree gym and driving back home on Labor Day. So we are current. I just have to finish and print the pictures now. So I hope you have some ideas. I hope you enjoyed how I've been, using my book. Like I said, this has been a great daily gratitude, thought, story, funny moment, crappy moment. Life thing, and it's my first year documented. Honestly, I'll be honest, this is the first thing I've probably done all year in my life, or at least in a very long time, like consistently. So I am going to be so proud of myself come December when this is done. So I still have October, November, and December, and then the book is done. So like I said, I have to buy it for like my Christmas gift to myself because I need it every year. But it'll be nice to have, don't you think? Like all of them lined up like in the shelf, and I'm going to be like, year 1, year 2, year 3, or however long I have stamina to keep up with this. It's been a nice project. I need to do some close-up shots so that you can see some of the pages up close and detailed. And I hope you found some inspiration and maybe want to give it a try. Remember, this is the big size. It's not the classic. You can be as more detailed than me or less. There is no rules. You make the rules. Remember, your picture does not need to go with the day. You do not need to write the whole column's worth if you don't have that much. I have so much scrap. This is how I'm able to use a lot of my supplies, let's be honest. Especially the scraps that get stuck on my desk forever. If they fit in a square, I use it up. And that's how it's able to be done. I obviously keep up with it enough where there's not huge gaps, but you saw some weeks where I lost my steam. Did I go back and try to fill it in? No. Will it bother some people like my sister? Yes, it would. But for me, I'm okay with it because I also have to give myself a little bit of grace that I am trying to do this plus my memory keeping plus 12 by 12 plus my project life plus keep her alive plus make dinner plus sweep and mop my house. I try, and this is my attempt at just, I guess you could say, documenting your sanity. It's just a fun project. I hope you've enjoyed. I hope you found some inspiration. I hope you want to give it a try. Like I said, I'll leave as many links down below for what I'm using that I can, so it makes it a little easier to find some things. And maybe share with me or comment down below what you liked or any other things I should try. That's always fun. Till next time, ladies. Bye.